So this weekend we had two extravaganzas back to back at two different locations. One at my regular like locals that I normally go to, and one to a different locals, still in the same city, but like one that I rarely go to. But it was cool the fact that we have these type of events because it gives you something to look forward to. And like the one at my main locals, I didn't do so great because it was top 16 and I got 17th place. I was like, oh my god, so bad. So then I was looking forward to, okay, I have a second shot tomorrow, which was Sunday, which is yesterday. And I was like, okay, let me take the deck, and I have an idea of what I want to do with it because it worked perfectly fine. It just tiebreakers were kind of like, And then so fast forward to Sunday, the next day, I was like, oh my god, I wasn't sure if I was even gonna play Synchron because I was like, let me just guarantee my invite to the next stage, and I'll just play solid like a particular build that I wanted to play. But then I was like, no, I have to play Synchron, and then I was like, just going back and forth, kind of half-hearted. And then my friend was like, oh, I need to borrow my droplets because I'm gonna play this particular deck. I was like, oh no. I was like, okay, that's fine. So then I had to make some quick adjustments and think of like, okay, well, okay, so I'm not gonna have that, so then I have to have this. And it was just like a it was just like insane, dude. But I ended up getting top 4, which is pretty cool. I won X1 in Swiss. So this is the extravaganza mat, right? I won X1 in Swiss. I lost the very first round playing against one of my friends that he knows the deck basically inside out. So there was like no fooling him. It was just he knew everything about it. So I was like, okay, that's out the window. So I had to just try to just I guess just try to open better, you know. But it was so cool, man. Just going at first, I was like, okay, this is not a good start. X1 at the beginning of the day, and I'm not feeling good at this point. And then I was like, okay, well, fair enough. So the game, then run 2 starts, I win that one. Run 3, I win that one. Run 4, I win that one. I was like, oh damn, I'm in a row. And then run 5, I win that one. And run 6, I was like, oh dude, what the heck is going on? The deck worked perfectly. Like even without the droplets. Luckily, I didn't play no Drytron. It was like Tri Brigade and Prank Kids. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. So, because yesterday, I played like 2 Drytrons, and it was like insane. So, Tri Brigade, Drytron, what was the other one? I can't remember the matchups. I can't. I just recorded this video just because I was like, oh, I gotta get this video out there fast. So, let me just get ahead and get to the deck because this is what oh man, it worked perfect. Everything was, oh, it was good. So first off, we're playing the Dawnwalkers. These cards are amazing. The previous build I was playing Desires and I was not playing this, but like this card, it sets you for Chaos Ruler play, and sometimes people ash this because they're like, oh, can you ash this? Yeah, you can ash this, and some people ash this, so then you're like, okay, or they ash the ruler, and then you're like, okay, and then everything just goes according to plan because you just summon your junk and resolve your speeder, and it was like, wow, it's just so cool. This card amazing, dude. Oh my god, if you want some, the link is in the description. Use the promo code to get 10% off. Okay, so here's the Synchron package right away. This is very say the same. Triple. I see some people argue that you can play 2 of this, but I think you're missing the point. The point of playing this at 3 is because 1, you're gonna summon to fulfill your combo. The second one is you summon it off speeder. The third one comes up when you use the Excel effect. Excel effect to reduce this level, make it level 2, and then be able to do the Marcher play. Because that comes up a lot, like a lot. And that's the argument for that. So if you're playing 2, you can't do that. It makes it really weird. Okay, then of course this is the second, the Clock Pro. Thank you, Josh. Oh my god, I'm still waiting for mine in the mail. And I was asking Brandon, I was asking Josh. I was like, oh, I was covering my bases in case one of them couldn't find the copies, because they're both like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm making time. The other one's like, oh, I still gotta find them. I was like, oh, I gotta ask more of these 2 guys, see if they can find them. And then luckily they both found them. But Brandon, he had a freaking mismatching set. I was like, dude, I'm not gonna play the rare and the freaking common. So then Josh had his matching sets to the one I had. So I was like, oh, cool, I'll borrow yours. This card was amazing all day. So what typically happens is people will ash, or they'll ash converter, and they'll imperm this, or they'll Veiler this, or they'll stop this bell or something. And then you're like, okay, that's fine. Special. That's already playing past 200. If they have 3, then fair enough. No combo that can play past 3 hand traps. And then you just resolve your speeder. And I was like, wow, this card was just insane all day. All day. Oh my god, this card's amazing. It's so good. And then of course you have one of the MVPs for sure. Doppel. It just lets you extend your combos, especially when you have plays with Stardust Synchron. So good, man. So good. Like when you can go Chaos Ruler, reveal this, mill the Stardust Synchron, tribute the what's it call it? The Chaos Ruler, special the Synchron, search illumination, trigger Doppel, effect send trail. Like, oh dude, and then you still have your chunks of it. Oh man, it was just amazing. That it was like I was looking at my hand and I was thinking about, even if they knew how to play against this deck, that these hands were inevitable. There was no way they could just stop everything that was going. It'll just end up being mediocre, like an Ashes to Drytron. It'll just be really mediocre. But it was just really good. And of course, converted. Oh my god, this guy let me down in the game 3. Game 3. I kept drawing 3. I opened up 2 and I top deck another one. I opened up a strike, Doppel, converter, and talents. And I was like, wow. If I had one tuner, man, oh my god, I would have won that game because all he had was the Veiler to stop me. And I could have played past that. And I was like, wow. Oh my god, it was just, damn, man. I guess that it was bound to happen. The first time I bricked was in game 3, top 4. I was like, wow. And this is one of the biggest changes I implemented back to the Veiler, because once again I didn't have droplets, so this was like a consistency booster, and it allowed me to have some sort of interaction to prevent, since I couldn't deal with I tried making Dark Ruler, but like Dark Ruler is just not the same because you can't chain it to like a revolt. Like once revolt's on the field, like you can't chain it. Like it's just really weird. Like yeah, so I needed to be able to stop them, and it's just good the fact that it's a tuner. You can draw, because off Librarian you want to be drawing so much that you want something to draw into. Like you'll establish your board, but you'll keep drawing into puzzle pieces. But they're already redundant. You already used them, so that you want something to draw into, and that's where this comes in. You just draw into Veiler, so you have your board, and you reinforce it with these guys, which is insane. There was a game in round 4 or 5, can't remember. It was against Lachlan. He's playing Prank Kids, and he Veilers my guy, and I'm like, oh wow, what do I do now? Because I went speeder double, and I had a reborn in hand, and I was like, oh. He just gave me a level 1 tuner. And then just go reward his tuner, make shaman, and then just start comboing off. It was insane. And then of course you have your 1-ups. This is like the garners you don't want to have. I drew this, oh my god, I drew this once, and I kept drawing this a lot, which was it wasn't so bad. Drawing that is not so bad. Cyber Synchron. I've seen people play 2, but like, I think one's enough. Like you don't need more than 2. 2 is more like okay, like you draw it so often, so you're subjectively thinking like, oh, I draw it too much, so I'm gonna just play 2, so in case I do draw it. So, but like, yeah, it's like it's one of those perspective things where like if that does happen to you, you're gonna be more inclined to want to play more, so you can still have it in your deck. But one's fine. Even if I drew it, it was still okay. It wasn't horrible. Then of course you have your triple tuning just consistency cards. And of course, the new card, Overtake. This card, man. This card, amazing. Amazing. Dude, this card's so good, man. It's just like good, so good. Except that one time when I was round 5 or 5, I can't remember if I was playing against Mike. He's playing Sky Striker. And I go, Overtake. He goes, Ash. I'm like, that's fine. Call for the grave. He goes, Bell. I was like, no. And I just had to pass. So I scooped that game. And then game 2. Luckily I opened an order judgment and I passed, and then that order just got me there, and then it was insane because I was like on 100 life points. I was like, oh my god, please don't go have a Hayate axis because otherwise I lose. And then yeah, that was an epic game. And then we go, this card's a new edition as well. So this card, I was always doubting this card. I felt like droplets would just do a better job because you just deal with the aftermath. But this card, oh my god, this card is amazing in this deck. Because they always ask you, they Veiler you, they bell you, they do so much to you. So then what happens is you just go, okay, I have a junk anyways. Activate, rip the nib out of your hand, rip the imperm out of your hand. Because odds are that most people open like 2, max 3 hand traps. If they open up more than 2, then okay, no combo that's going to win to that. Just how it is. But this card was amazing all day. There was one in the top 8 match. It won me my top 8 match because I opened up this and Duster, and I was going up against Tri Brigade, and I go, okay, Duster, and he has set Judgment and Revolt. And he was like, So he's like, oh, okay, it's fine. Chain Revolt. And then I was like, yeah, it's fine. And he has Dragon Lord and the guy that reborns during my main phase. And he summons Omen. And then I'm like, okay, talents, take. And he's like, what the fuck? So I knew his entire board. He has the guy that reborns, Omen, Dragon Lord, and a kit in hand that he searched. He searched off Nurgle. So luckily he searched because that's what allowed him to play tactics. And then I just took it, broke his board, and then just full comboed him. I was like, wow. And there's like against a hero deck, which is round 2. He makes me go first, and I'm like, I sided everything to go second, and I'm like, oh, I drew Dark Ruler. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose. But luckily, I had combo, and he had one Ash, but he ashed the overtake, but I still had access to the junk, so then I was fine. So I full combo him. And I'm like, wait a second, mid combo. I was like, oh my god, I know what he has. Lightning Storm and freaking Dark Ruler. So I was trying to rush him to get into this. So then I draw off Librarian. The last draw I draw was this. And I was like, oh my, I ripped the Dark Ruler and he did have Lightning Storm. And I was like, wow, dude, this card saved me big time. So this card is just like, it seems like it's going to be like a main deck now. Because it's just, its card is so good right now in this deck. Like, it's just amazing. And then you have your one-ups. You have your reinforcements of the army, your Illumination, Reborn, Call by the Grave. You have your Midbreaker Field and main deck Duster and main deck Reboot, because I didn't feel comfortable playing Twisters without droplets, because it just felt weird. I don't know, just like the fact that you can go like Twisters, chain droplet, send the, you know, it was just pretty cool. But I don't know, it seemed like this way is just like a one card, like a boom blowout card. Oh crap, I'm mentioning Foolish Burial. No, I'm not. I did not play Foolish Burial because the more I was thinking about it, right, although it is combo, if you open up tuning junk, and like there's so many ways you can just Foolish the Doppel, but it seemed really like, I don't know, underwhelming. Like it didn't, like, I don't know, it just seemed really underwhelming for me, and I ended up just cutting it, because unless you're playing like Doppel or Cool Bolt or like Dotscaper or some other utility card, then you can play Foolish Burial. But the only thing I only Foolish is just like this and Doppel and like level 2, and I'm like, I don't think I want that. So it worked. I didn't miss it at all. Like everything worked perfectly fine. But yeah, it's 41 cards for those of you that like to stay within the 40 range. But like for these type of decks, I'm really peculiar because I want to make sure everything is precise. Like, because there's no, like, these type of decks, like you can't, you know, like you have to be really strict on a certain ratios. Okay, so then the side deck was very different as well. I made like a Pank, Regeki, and then triple Dark Ruler, and triple Twin. These were like last minute additions because I wasn't sure what to put, because these went from the main deck to the side deck, so I needed to make room, and I cut Evenly. Evenly was like, it was okay. I don't know. Evenly was like, I never really decided it. There was a few times where I did, but it was always like, it was kind of lackluster. Regeki, there's not enough to say about it. It just, I drew it once and it was okay. Like the theory is like, okay, so you want to build this Dark Ruler and break a port. Boom, that's it. You know, that's like the whole concept of that. And just, it gets rid of a Palooza. You know, it gets rid of a Palooza, and it just gets rid of like boards that don't expect like stuff like this, and then you just end up losing because it's Regeki, you know, because you draw into all of Marion. I was like, wow, okay, fair enough. Pank was cool. It's the fact that you can go special summon a Veiler and make a Chaos Ruler. That was cool. That was really cool. And of course you have your traps. This is strictly when you know you're gonna go first. And if you go first and they don't disrupt your combo, there's no way you're losing that game, dude. No way. You get in a board and either 4 Solemns or you draw into order. There's just no way you're gonna lose that. There's just no way. Post game 1, and they have no way to stop you, or their hand trap is not significant enough to stop you, then it's over because you're gonna draw into so much. Oh my god. Okay, so now we go to the extra. The extra deck has not changed. The extra deck is the same thing. This card against Prank Kids. Remember that play I was talking about where you set up a Herald in this? It came up in top 4. The game 1. Destroyed Joseph. He freaking I forgot what he interacted with or something. I can't remember. But I ended up talenting him, and I look at his hand. He just had like 3 prank kids and exceeds, and I was like, oh, it's over. I do one board, and then I set up a Silent Warrior play with a Herald just in case, you know. So then when he goes instant fusion, goes for the fusion, summons a prank kid. I go on summon resolution, effective excel nuke, and then yeah, Herald had the other thing covered, which is amazing. Nick, again, thank you so much. And then hot red, Chaos Ruler. This card you can substitute this card. You cannot substitute this card. This card's amazing. Crystal Wing, Omega. One thing, a lot of you have been requesting to play Arriving Light, but like thinking about the bro. I'll make another video. And then FA Don Dragster. Stardust Charge. This card's amazing. TG Hyper Librarian. Oh my god, thank you, Connor. I was looking for an Ultra one, man, and I finally got it, freaking dude. I was like, yeah. Okay, and then I have Speeder, of course, Speeder, Excel, Synchron, and then of course your level 4s. Everything worked perfect except for the last round. So there was 6 rounds of Swiss, 1x1, top 8 cut. What was it? It was the first round Prank Kids, second round Heroes, third Tri Brigade, fourth Sky Striker, fifth what was the fifth Prank Kids, sixth was BA Trap BA. I was like, wow, freaking Michael. And then so I lost round 1 and then swept. And then top 8, the day before I was playing against Bond, he's playing Trap Brigade, and he freaking destroyed me with Sanctum. And I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be payback for yesterday. So I ended up beating him. Oh my god. And then top 4, game 1, there's a prank in against Joseph. I destroy him game 1. Game 2, I just ended up scooping because he just has the full board. Game 3, I'm like, I'm going first, I win. I look at my hand. This is my opening hand. Watch. This is my opening hand. Let me recreate what I experienced. I draw. I'm like, okay, pretty good. Oh, Doppel. Already starting to a good hand. Okay, cool. This is game 3, mind you. Game 3, top 4. I was like, oh, okay. I just did a tuner. Any tuner? Oh my god. Oh, that's not looking good. Oh, I got talent. I was like, please be a tuner. Please be a tuner, and it's over. And I just strike. I was like, what the fuck? So then I just set pass. I go set, and I pass. He summons a prank kid. I strike it. He passes. And then I draw into another strike. I'm like, oh my god, set, pass. I was like, please, for the love of God, give me a tuner. If I have a tuner, it's over. It's over. So then I strike again. And then I draw into the third converter. I was like, oh my god. So then I prior to those turns, I was beating him down with this. I was like, tack. I bluff set the talents, and then yeah, and that was that. But it was nonetheless, it was so cool. I had such a blast. Yeah, man, talents was amazing. There's nothing to say. It was like a last thing that I just did, like I wasn't even considering, and then luckily it worked out. It just worked out that day. But that's basically gonna be it, dude. Oh my god, man. Oh, dude. And the double tokens, shout out to Clinton. If you want any of these made, they're custom. They're really good quality. It's basically a Yu-Gi-Oh card, and then you just like, I'm not sure exactly how he does it, but they come out really good. So if you want any of this the field sensors, there's a link in the description, and use promo code, and you can get 10% off, which is amazing. But that's basically gonna be it, man. It was a fun day. We have another extravaganza next month, so I'm gonna try to refine the deck even more, because it's just gradually getting better and better. And like I said, I want to talk about the Arriving Light builds, because a lot of you want to implement that in your decks, because I know that Arriving Light does give like a better board because of what it can fulfill. But playing the baby dragon just makes it like, you know, like, I don't want to, you know. But that's basically gonna be it. That's gonna be it. Hopefully enjoy the video. Like, subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching.